Frank, do you think you're starting to get a better picture these last 2 nights of Kuzma and the role that he can fill and the one that you anticipated before the injury kept him out of preseason?
Yeah, there's no question. He's really stepped up the last 2 games, and it's not really a surprise. It just we knew it was going to take a little bit of time to get rhythm and timing, and get his legs under him, and it seems to be coming along. See back-to-back great performances by him give us a big lift.
Frank, it's the second night of a back-to-back. You're playing a team with not the best record, and LeBron's in year 17. He comes in, sets the tone, has a strong game. What does that do for your group to have him show that type of commitment in a game that otherwise, some people might sit out or rest?
Yeah, well, historically, he's played really well on the second night of back-to-backs, and, he was terrific early. We're really the whole night, but for him, like you said, to come in and set the tone for our group with regard to the importance of this game and how we're going to play and how we're going to approach it. Everybody else followed the lead and really competed. We know Golden State is undermanned, but, you still have to go out and play with energy and execute and perform, and LeBron set the tone for our whole team with that.
There have been games this year where the start was slow and then eventually the team turned it on. Given all the circumstances that Dave just described, was it nice to see them sort of keep the foot on the gas and be able to get an easy win for the first time really this season? Yeah,
it's been a while since we had one like that, and I welcome it. Like you said, we kept our foot on the gas throughout the game. I credit. It was really a knock them down, knock them out type of thing. Our starters did a good job knocking them down, and our bench guys came in and played terrific. And late in the third quarter, where it's still hanging around 16 points or so, that game could go either way. And we have to come back to our starters, and we were afforded the luxury of resting them in the fourth quarter because those guys at the end of the third and the start of the fourth really played well. They defended well, they trusted the pass offensively, and they were able to break the game open.
Look, you've been talking about sharing the basketball. I think tonight you guys had, 31 assists? That's the 5th game you've had, 30-plus assists. What does it do for this team when they're sharing the basketball that way?
Well, that's one of the things that we have to become this year. We have to become a team-first team. And the man with the basketball has got to be thinking create for others. And when that happens with the type of firepower that we have on a team, the game becomes easy. And I really believe that if we commit to that mindset of sharing the basketball, truly sharing the basketball every time down, and we commit to the defensive end of the court, we're going to be able to reach our goals, and we're going to have a terrific season.
Is that a number that you have in mind you like them to average?
It was 25, but I might have to change it.
To what?
31.
Frank, was it good to see JaVale kind of be able to put together a game like that finally?
Yeah, that was unbelievable. I mean, we had 18 points, 17 rebounds, but he has 3 blocks, 3 steals. Really led the care factor with protecting the rim for our defense. And, both of those guys, Dwight and JaVale, have had back-to-back really strong nights. Their tag team tonight was 13 for 19, 33 points, 25 boards from the center position, and those guys are supposed to be role players on our team. So kudos to them. They were both terrific, in particular with JaVale's numbers that he put up. But, those guys have been great for us all year.
Frank, I think it was the Miami game last week or whatever that we were still talking about the defense being really far ahead of the offense. Do you feel that gap starting to close a little bit over the last few games?
I do, but, there's always going to be an ebb and flow with the schedule. Obviously tonight was a weakened opponent, but, last night the way we shared the basketball, I think the offense is beginning to come, and we continue to buy into that mindset. That end of the floor will get easier for us.
How's it going, Frank? The game has sort of shifted the last 5-10 years to be very much 3-point oriented and free throw, and that really hasn't been what your team has done, playing multiple bigs. How is going kind of counter to what everyone else is doing? How has that helped this team be successful?
Well, we're playing big because we have the luxury of having Anthony Davis at the power forward position. I feel like the way that the league has transitioned, the center position has not gone away. I feel like the non-dominant power forward is one of the position has really fallen off, and you can't have a non-shooting power forward in today's NBA if he's not dominant. But Anthony gives us the luxury of having that elite offensive player, defensive player, and then you still have two centers out there that can really hold the fort down on the defensive end to help us be dominant down there. Those guys being lob threats, providing the vertical spacing is every bit as important as another shooter on the floor. So you have to guard those guys at the rim. So it is a little bit counterintuitive to today's NBA, but not a lot, I don't think. I think most of the team is still playing with the true center, and Anthony's just gives us the ability to do that.
Last question.
Frank, you have the next 3 at home, and then I think after that there's only 3 games at home between then and Christmas, essentially. How do you view this time, especially in terms of your health, to be at home?
I haven't really looked at it. I really try to have a next game, one game at a time type of mindset. I know we have a couple home games before we go on the road. I'm not even sure who we play past SAC, but we're just going to have a stay in the moment type of mindset. And, the games are going to keep coming. We're going to have good opponents, not so good opponents. We're going to have home games, road games. But, the focus and the concentration is going to be on today and the moment and what's coming next.